Alright, what is up guys? Welcome back to another Path of Exile video here. We are pretty much farming yellow maps without any issue and about to get to red maps. Here is the Maven 2. I'm gonna do this challenge real quick and then we'll take a quick look at the build. I'll kind of show you the updates, what's changed, what's new, and then we'll just kind of discuss where things are. Come here, boy. Alright, so as you can see, the build is still doing very well, just very easily deals with most content thus far. Can pretty much run every map except for Physical Reflect at the moment. Not really sure, you know, in order for me to do Physical Reflect maps, it is possible. I would just have to respec this point here into 60% reduced reflected physical damage taken, and then switch over to the Soul of Yugal here. So let's take a look at the build, and we'll start with the gear. So I have upgraded to a 6-link Marohi Urki, just about a perfect physical damage roll on there, and that's, you know, the most important thing. So here is, this is just a tooltip, you know, if you want to take a look real quick at the damage. So the helmet up here, getting some dex life, fire resist, chaos resist, still using the same 6-link chest piece. I crafted lightning and chaos resist onto it. I've upgraded to this amulet and anointed it, crafted increased attack speed on it. Really need a lot of attack speed. Still have the same gloves. I think these are probably just about best in slot. I mean, it'd be really hard to find something better than this. It'd be a very, you know, relatively minor upgrade. And still using Meganords and the same boots here, same rings. So mostly the only thing that's changed is this, and then I switched to this helmet with the dex on it. The attack speed right now, so when I pop, I'm also using Blood Rage. So when I pop Blood Rage, I have about a 1-second attack time, which is actually pretty good for using Marohi Urki. And we'll go ahead and we'll run a map real quick, just so you have kind of something to look at while I am discussing the build. Let's see, I think I still need to do Underground C. Oh, nope, I already did it. Let's see here, Haunted Mansion. Have I done Haunted Mansion yet? I have not. Perfect. Okay. So let's see which one of these we want to do. I don't want to do Temp Chains. 7. Ooh, can't do that one. So alright, I guess we're gonna do the Temp Chains.
There's an odd series of altars in this.
So here we go. So the way the build is functioning right now is I'm basically using Leap Slam to kill everything, and then I use Immortal Call just to be, you know, anytime I feel like I may take damage, I just pop Immortal Call preemptively. Oh man, Temp Chains. So the only damage type I really have to worry about is Chaos. I have like 35 Chaos resistance at the moment. which isn't bad. Could be a little bit better, but oh crap, I forgot to empty out my inventory. Alright, well, we gotta keep going because we've got the delirium going right now. Ooh, that's a lot of firepower in that room right there. Alright. So the delirium has ended. We better make a quick trip back to town. Because silly me forgot to empty my inventory. So the new things with the build that we have going on right now, like I said, let's put that there for right now, and we're just gonna dump all this stuff right there, like so. Okay. So, back to the build. So it is a lot of buttons to press. That could be a pro or a con. You know, I tried using automation on the Blood Rage, but it just seemed kind of pointless because I'd rather have manual control over it. It does last. I was trying to figure out why I was so slow. So it does last for about 10 or 12 seconds, and every time you get a kill, it does refresh. Constantly casting it just seemed kind of silly and annoying. Took up a slot. You can see here, like, I do have some pretty good range on my Sunder, so I can clear stuff out from relative safety if I need to. Where's the boss? Oh, here we go. Boom. Oh, he's got a phase 2. See ya. But yeah, so far, build is standing strong, even in the higher difficulties, higher tier maps. I should be in red maps fairly soon. There are a few more things that I'm trying to get to upgrade the build, but you know, at this point it's a lot of minor upgrades, nothing like massive. You know, I would like to get some more decks so that I can run Blood Rage at a higher level, as well as level up my faster attacks on my Leap Slam. Just the faster attack speed helps with clear speed and makes it just a little bit safer. So just the more attack speed I can get at this point, the better it is overall, I feel, and the safer. Oh, that's annoying. But yeah, I think really the only other upgrades I will be looking to get are some jewels. That's a lot of supreme leather. Dang, there's just supreme leather everywhere. Okay, now I gotta go back and find the other ritual sites. I found the last two dudes in the map, so that's good. Oh. But yeah, you can see with just how much I can use Immortal Call. It gives me an incredible amount of survivability for very kind of minimal investment. You can see I have barely 4,000 life even, which to me is pretty low for the point I'm at in the game. Usually I try and be a lot closer to like 6,000, and I feel like I'm still very, very survivable, even more so than like some of my higher life characters, just because of the damage reduction, and with it being instant cast. Oh, that's a lot of bad guys. I can activate it in the middle of like my wind up on Sunder, or I can do it in the middle of a leap slam. These tornadoes are really annoying because if you stop and try and look at something like in your inventory or this, like it could very well kill me. Yeah, I don't even know. Alright, let's go back to the hideout real quick. So, A couple things I also did do is add this to becoming frozen. I should have done chilled for this one, but it's okay. It's not a huge deal. I can fix that later. So I'll have the Path of Building linked in the video as well. Not a lot has changed. You know, as you get higher level, your points become fewer and far between. So this will be linked in the Path of Building, but the bleed damage and, you know, the one hit capabilities of this is significant. We've got 82 elemental resists, and you know, when we're fully buffed and it's like a cruel hit that I'm getting, it'll pretty much one-shot anything. So I mean, most bosses, like, whenever that cruel hit hits, it just drops them. So depending on whether that's the first, second, or third hit, that's usually about all they make it to. So typically it's either, you know, loaded up and they get one shot, or, you know, it comes out on the second hit. So I mean, like 2/3 of the time it works every time. Let's see here. But yeah, that is the build so far, guys. My plans next, I'm probably gonna pick, well, I am going to pick these up here, and I'm working on, I spent most of my currency today on the Marohi Urki and this helmet, so I'm kind of in the middle of farming back up. But once I do, I'm gonna get a jewel, you know, a corrupted jewel with probably attack speed and, you know, maybe some dex or something like that, and mace damage or two-handed weapon damage, something along those lines. And I can pick up a couple of these jewel slots here, so I can get the corrupted jewel that makes you immune to corrupted blood. Whether or not that's necessary, I'm not really sure, because I can remove corrupted blood every time I use Immortal Call, so it may almost be like redundant, but also corrupted blood is pretty dangerous, so I kind of prefer just to be immune to it. But yeah, I do have access to that jewel socket and that jewel socket and this jewel socket here fairly easily, because I could get one level up, spec out of this, pick up that, and, you know, I have 11 points left, so that would be a 1-point investment to get that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points, 7, 8, and then I'm not 100% sure what I'll spend the last couple points on. You know, I could get some of these bleed notables. That wouldn't be terrible. I could get this extra frenzy charge, be another 4% more damage and attack speed. One thing I've considered that, you know, if I could get an attack mastery, this 5% increased attack speed per enemy in close range, I feel like that could be good. I just don't think I have the points to get it. I also wanted to pick these nodes up here because it is a significant amount of attack speed, and the life leech is nice too. But again, I don't know. I may not have the points for it. We'll just have to see, you know, if it's going to be better to pick up these jewel sockets, or if it'll be better to possibly pick those up. And like I said, this is my league starter build, and so I plan this as in I'm not using any cluster jewels, because that's to me, if you're planning your build around cluster jewels, it's not really a league starter. That's something you kind of, you know, either transition into doing a respec, or that's more like along the lines of a second character in the league, you know, etc. Just because usually, you know, you can't count on being able to get what you need, and whether or not it's you know, going to exist or be available, and then how expensive it's going to be if you're going to be able to farm up the currency early on. Yeah, I wish I had another like 5 or 10 points, because there's just a couple more things that I'd like to pick up, and there's not a whole lot I would feel comfortable taking out of the build at the moment. It's basically all damage and Warcry. The only really defensive nodes I have are, you know, the starting nodes here, and going through that, plus like the resist nodes, and then these 3 points here. Immortal Call is giving me so much value with the Scion Sun's Roar, giving infinite power to Enduring Cry. So Enduring Cry, Sun's Roar, and Immortal Call, plus this here. I have like a, you know, a 3-second Immortal Call, 3-4 seconds every, like, look at it, like it's a 2-second cooldown. So more than half the time I'm not exactly invincible, but incredibly resistant to damage. So I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it doesn't show on your tool sheet, but so it gives you 34% less damage taken, and then an additional 15% less per endurance charge removed. So it is multiplicative, so you have to it's not gonna, you're not gonna ever be 100%, but you pair that with Fortify, which is another basically 20% less damage from hits, and you know, the amount of mitigation and value I'm getting from that is just massive. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. I'll post another update once I'm in red maps, and you know, I make a couple more adjustments to the build on the skill tree with jewels and whatnot, and we kind of get this to the final form. I think it's just about, you know, just about there to where I would say this build is like finished. You know, I could do some more with quality on gems, so that might be kind of like what I start focusing on next. Is I might start running the labyrinth, you know, repeatedly, now that I've kind of got all the gems that I want figured out, and getting everything up to quality, just to get those that would give me quite a bit more attack speed, which is huge. More AoE here, more damage. You know, it's really gonna kind of kick the build into overdrive. So that's probably my next goal is gonna be running Labyrinth to get a bunch of quality on gems. So again, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, really appreciate it. It helps me out. We hit 1,100 subs recently. Now we're going for 1,200. And remember to give them the D.